It's crazy. We're ready for spring.
Yes, we are too.
So,
The Cherry Blossom Festival is just in a couple weeks, so we're hoping that nothing happens for that.
if you guys have a big frost, does that happen very often?
It happens a bit. I mean, it happened last year. We had a storm
Okay.
that came through, and we had a, and it hurt it. They weren't as beautiful because it just.
Mm-hmm.
But then other years can be just gorgeous. So we're hoping that because we've had a mild winter, that hopefully this year it'll continue.
Oh, yes, yes. We have the same thing. Our Traverse City, which is up north in Michigan, has a big cherry festival. Of course, ours is later than yours because our weather's not as nice. But if we get any, and it happens so often that we end up having to get our cherries from Washington, D.C. because, or out from Washington State, I mean, because of the weather. It's like, okay, here's our cherry festival, but our cherries aren't from our state. So it's nice when it happens that we don't need to do that.
Wow,
So
that's wild. When does your
I know it's
spring?
crazy.
When does your spring begin? Does it begin in April or May or what?
It's more the end of April, May. Yeah, we could still have snow sometimes in April, which is crazy. Sometimes we've had it the first week of May, but
Oh,
that's not too often.
wow. Yeah. I love having spring in April. Well, March is kind of a transitional month. That's where we'll get snow
Right.
or not. And then come early April, things are pretty well. Like our daffodils are up and blooming now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and the crocuses are up, and those spring flowers are really they're just starting to come in. So
Right.
it
Nice. Very nice.
looks like
Well,
Gail might be here. Gail?
I am. I was just enjoying the conversation about the flowers.
hi, Jill.
Here, Gail. Good morning. How are you?
We're doing well. Thank you.
Hey, so who do we have on the line?
Just us, the three of us.
Just Susan, the three of us. I don't think Paul, I talked with him yesterday, and he had something going on, and I don't know about Sharon, so just the three of us.
Okay, that's good. That's fine. Did they mention, Susan, about the registration numbers and where we are?
We're up to 8 or 9, so that was good, and we're going to keep plugging away. So, and I didn't get an update this morning.
Is that 9 for the cohort or for the advisors?
9 for the cohort.
Okay.
So,
all right.
They're going to keep plugging away. I think they're going to send something out again.
Okay.
And Paul's going to make some more calls, and I had just a conversation with someone the other day, so I'm hoping they get their application in. So,
okay.
We're going to keep plugging away.
Okay. And Alabama sent something that they used. I know you had asked me about that, about how they were promoting what they were doing. I'll forward that to you as well. Just for a frame of reference, just to see what somebody's doing. I'm not telling you to do that, but you'd ask about that, so I'll send that your way.
Wonderful. Yes. That's perfect.
What about advisors? How many advisors have you gotten applications?
I have like 6 advisors.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That are biting at the bit, and I know I could get a couple more. So I've actually talked with 6 of them. We did a quick little Zoom meeting with them. Gosh, probably now almost 3 weeks ago, just to connect and talk about the whole process. And they're all excited. So I really want to get the 30 people, because I know they want to do this work.
That's wonderful.
So they're waiting. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe they can help you recruit.
I've already contacted. That's funny you say that. I emailed them last week, and I'm like, you guys, if you really want to do this, I need your help. So
yeah,
we're we're working on it.
Okay, great.
I'm going to a meeting today, and I'm going to share the information again with this group. So there are, in Michigan, we have the intermediate school districts, and all the leaders are there. So I'm going to remind them that they have their, they work with preschools. So I'm going to really, and that 12, the principals. So I'm going to really push them to get the word out again.
Good, good. The agenda that Honor has, I don't know if you're just working from your phone or if you're at a computer, if you can actually
I can see
that.
it. Yeah.
Okay. This is the agenda that you had posted on Google. We just kind of changed that top a little bit. I took out some spaces.
Perfect.
And down at the breakouts down at the bottom, where it did say like advisors and participants, just went ahead and broke those groups up so that they'd know that the advisors are with you from 12:45 to 1:45, and then from the 2 to 3 you would be with the cohort participants. The person that you had when we, the Richard, is it Lower?
Lauer, yes.
Lauer, okay. So, we just left all that in. We didn't change anything else other than that. So, Honor will bring it with her when she comes.
Yeah, I'll make copies for
everyone. Okay. All right. And I plan on, I know you sent me the PowerPoint, so I'm going to make sure all those slides transition, and then I'm going to start doing my content in the next few days. So, the adult learning piece. So I'll share all that when I get it drafted out.
Awesome.
Okay. Are there any other questions, Susan, that y'all are getting that we might be able to help with?
The only one I got, and I think there's one principal who wants to bring at this training her reading recovery teacher who does a lot of they share responsibilities. And I think I wanted your opinion if you think that would be okay. So she wants to bring the principal along with her reading specialist because they collaborate so much on the work. And I think that would be kind of cool. So I didn't know if that was okay.
Well, again, I have to go back and look. The design of the program is for principals or direct currently leading pre-K work. So when they get to the capstone project and having to identify a problem of practice, will that teacher leader, and I had this conversation just within the last couple of days with somebody else, will that teacher leader have the authority to make the changes that are needed for the problem of practice? That's where the gray area comes in, because the capstone project is not hypothetical. It's something that's applicable. It's something that they actually do. The that I had was somebody said, oh, well, within the next 2 or 3 years, we're going to do this. It's like, no, the problem of practice and the capstone project has to be something you're initiating, that you're fleshing out, that you're actually doing this year. It's not just a plan for something.
Okay, I'll follow up with her, and I'll follow up with both of them and just ask them, if that's the possibility. I think in this case it is, from what I'm reading into the conversation. It sounds like they almost are like joint principals in a sense, even though one has the title reading specialist. So, but I'll follow up and double check just to make sure.
The other question I have on that is how it would work with the LMS system as far as doing the work, all the lessons online and things like that. Are they planning to do it together, or that?
They can't. I can go ahead and answer that question. They cannot do it together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
it's not a default credential.
Each person has their own login.
So basically, if they chose to do it, they would have 2 little capstone projects that would affect the same system, which, if that's the case, but I'll double check. I'll follow up with them. That's good to know. Okay.
Yeah, and we had this in the pilot, or we are having this in the pilot, and this very similar to this came up. It's two principals of two different schools in the same district. They wanted to do their capstone project together. They had basically the same problem. And we told them that they could collaborate, but the findings are going to be so different because your schools are different, your teachers are different, your parents, the state goes. So even though you got the same problem, your personalities are different, so you're going to implement it, although you may have the same strategies. The way you implement it is going to look differently. So you know they can do that, they can't do it all in one.
They can't.
Okay, and perfect. I'll follow up.
And since I also might want to, caution you, again, I don't know, if you have the room and there was a place available for the teacher leader, I probably would be more open to it. But if you have more principals, let's say you're maxed out and you get principals on a waiting list, initially with the conversation with her, you might want to, to say, if space is available, you'll be able to join the group. But if we have principals that need the space, we'll have to give them precedence over the teacher leader. If she's not in the supervisory role, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so you might want to consider approaching it from that standpoint as well.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. I'll do that today. Follow up with her and feel it out a little bit. But that's really my only question.
Awesome.
Okay. Is there any other way that you can think of that we can help?
Well, come to Michigan and start visiting all the principals and making them sign up. That would be perfect.
We would love to do that. Wish we could do that.
I know. So just know that you, like you said, if you send me what Alabama just sent out as well, and just anything that you think of for ideas, that would be helpful. I know for both Kira and Polly and I. So.
Okay. All right. I'll forward that to you today. But do you have any other questions or anything before our next call? Just feel free to.
I do not. Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
All right. Well, everybody have a great day.
All right. Thanks, ladies. Bye.
Bye.